I keep seeing and hearing people saying that the energy, the collective energy is shifting. Things are starting to release. Things are lifting. The heavy energy is lifting. And I don't know if you've been on this same journey that I've been on, where things have felt like the energy has felt heavy. I know I've been a little bit inexplicably more tired than I think I should be. It looks like September is the month to let all of that go and start bringing in the fresh new beginnings. Welcome to the Energy Within podcast, helping you to embrace your weird, remember who you really are, and take action on your soul's purpose. My name is Carrie Jokala. I am your host. I am a Reiki master teacher, a fitness instructor, a wife, a mom to 2 little boys, and this is episode 205. And I had a couple good ideas this morning. One of which I'm definitely going to hit, but it's going to cause me to be a little snarky, so I'm going to wait on that because I don't feel like being snarky. I feel like aligning with this energy of lightness and lifting this heaviness that's been around. And the other idea I didn't write down, so I don't remember exactly where I was going to go with it, but I think it's actually going to relate a little bit to this, so it might come out. I know for me, alongside this heavy energy we keep talking about that I know I've been feeling, I don't know if you've been feeling it, but based on what I see online and what I hear from other people, it's been heavy. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and I'm just talking energetically. You can relate it however you want to actual goings on in the physical world. I do believe it all relates, but we're not going to go into that. I'm just going to talk about the energy itself specifically right now. So alongside, like I was saying, this heavy energy, I know I just have not been in the energy of abundance and full gratitude, despite some very intentional efforts to try to get back there. Perhaps maybe pushing a little too hard, and maybe in trying so hard, pushing it away. Because even though I know it relates to that heavy energy, I don't want to give too much power to that, because I really do believe that we can override whatever's going on. So Mercury retrograde, I think we're in that right now. I don't follow that super closely, but I believe that started not too long ago and it lasts for a little bit. But everything that they say comes along with Mercury retrograde, all the negative things they say come along with it. I believe we have the power to override that. We can say no, that we don't want to participate in that part of the energy. For example, even though I haven't explicitly stated out loud, so I guess this is me now stating out loud that I am not participating in the negative, backfiring, things not working, miscommunication side of Mercury retrograde. Even if things pop up, we still get to choose how we react to them. So maybe we still get the lessons that we're supposed to learn through what pops up in Mercury retrograde, but we rise above it. One of the things that can happen during Mercury retrograde is people from your past showing up. And that can either be in your thoughts, or it can also just be physically showing up. And I remember one year, I think the first year I really looked up what Mercury retrograde was. That was one of the first things. I had run into someone from my past who we're not on bad terms, but you know, we are not friends anymore, and I have all the love for her in the world, but it's just we could not be friends anymore. And we ran into each other. And it was fine. So it wasn't a bad interaction, but it was just someone that I didn't care to restart a friendship with. This year, I have had random, unexpected people from my past, people that I either was good friends with when I was a kid, people that I worked with for very brief periods of time in my life. So there's no big attachment one way or another. It's a neutral association, really. All of a sudden they're popping up. And that's the difference. There's the situation where it's someone you really kind of would rather not interact with again. And other people where it's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a long time. No big deal kind of interactions. And if you do by chance have a miscommunication, if that's one of the things, or a tech failure or something that happens in Mercury retrograde, you still get to choose your response and say no and say, hey, I'm the one in control here. But all that long-windedness said, if you're not fully owning your power, like I know I haven't been, then that energy has more of an opportunity. Back to this heavy energy we've been talking about, what we've been feeling for the last few months at least. This heavy energy has more of an opportunity to affect you. And then it can become harder to overcome it and to take your power back because you're continuously giving your power away, giving your energy away, giving your mindset and your emotions away, letting yourself be led, but not in the way that's going to lead you to surprising abundance that's going to blow your mind. It's letting yourself be led and swayed that leads you away from where you want to go, that keep you in those lower vibrations for longer than you really need to be there. And I have a lot that I still want to get done by the end of this year. I always reach that point where I feel like the year's almost over and I haven't really started the New Year's resolutions that I set. And I have a lot that I want to accomplish still. And having been in that slow-moving, heavy energy, it's been tough to make anything go the way that I want it to go. It's been tough to receive much abundance. It's been tough to grow the things that I want to grow the way that I want to grow them. And when I'm in that state, it's easy for me to fall back into those thought patterns of everybody else can do it, but apparently I can't. I don't know why I suck at this so much. Maybe I'm not doing the right thing that I'm supposed to be doing for me. And then comparisonitis, looking at other people who have the kind of success and the kind of life that I aspire to have. And honestly, feeling a little bit jealous. Not mad at them, still absolutely wanting to learn from them. Getting a ton from just being in their energy, taking their trainings, watching their videos, listening to their podcasts, but still coming away feeling like I'm not really quite to their level yet energetically. Obviously, I'm not to their level financially. But finding it hard to maintain that level energetically that I know I need to be in to then financially reach the levels that they're at. And you know how sometimes you've heard something a million times, but you don't really get it until you hear it in the right way from the right person. So just this morning, I was listening to the Kathy Heller podcast. It used to be called Don't Keep Your Day Job. And it's been a while since I've really listened to a lot of her podcasts. And I started up again in the last couple of weeks. And this particular episode, she was coaching somebody. And this person was where I find myself a lot, in that mindset of lack when looking at someone else who has abundance. And she mentioned what I've heard before, that abundance is all around. It's just our capacity and our ability to open up and be able to receive it. Like, it's literally right there. All we have to do is grab it or say yes, accept it, and it's ours. Because the universe, God, wants us to succeed, wants us to have the abundance that is our birthright. But if we're not seeing it, if we're not letting ourselves be open to it, then we don't get it. Or at least we don't get it as quickly as we would like to. And I'm listening to that and I'm like, yeah, I know I've heard that before. I know I have to fix my mindset. I've been trying. I've been working on that. I need to fix my energy. I've been trying on that. I've been doing that kind of work. And then she made a comparison to think of abundance like the Wi-Fi in her house. She's like, if you come into my house and you tap into my Wi-Fi, there is the same amount of Wi-Fi available for you as there is for me. It doesn't take anything away from me for you to have access to that Wi-Fi. Now change that to abundance. There is enough. There is more than enough. And literally all you have to do is tap in. And I know that oversimplifies it, especially if you're like me and you have ever slipped into that mindset of lack and you have found it hard and you've been trying and you feel like you've been doing all the things, but I feel like that flipped a switch for me thinking about it like that today. So hopefully that flips that same switch for you. I've been doing another Kundalini challenge that has come up, and this time it's usually a 40-day challenge, and this time it was only 22 days. I'm going to continue for the full 40 days and just reached the 22nd day, the day I'm recording this. And was feeling pretty good in the beginning, and then didn't quite see the abundance rolling in this time, the prosperity rolling in this time, the same way that I have in previous challenges. And I found myself in that same mindset, watching everybody who was having all these amazing breakthroughs and financial outcomes showing up and feeling happy for them, but also feeling a little jealous, like, where's mine? How come it's not working for me this time? And in the last couple of days, something shifted for me. And I actually, in one of my sessions, watched my heart open up. And then this morning, felt into that abundance again. I was smiling during the last minute. It was because JJ made me chuckle, but I felt a difference because I was smiling rather than just kind of sitting there looking however I was looking. Now, I don't want to say blank-faced, but just neutral, I suppose. It felt different doing it with a smile. And I noticed some more energetics filling in holes that were in my heart, that whatever protection had been over it had now revealed, now that that protection was gone. Does that make sense the way that I said that? So there was protection over my heart. Apparently there were some holes in there. The protection came off yesterday, and then the holes that were now exposed were filled in today. So I'm feeling good, and I'm going to try a few things. And I'd like to invite you to do this with me and report back. I think I'm going to say 30 days and official start tomorrow, because I've been thinking about this all throughout today, so I haven't really officially started today. But for one, I'm continuing with the Kundalini practice. I don't know if you can still get into the group that I joined for this, but if Kundalini is something that you're interested in, the woman that I do these challenges with, her name is Volard. If I remember to put the link to her Instagram in the show notes, I will. Otherwise, if you look her up, it's literally the letters KC Volard, Volard. I think her handle is I am KC Volard. The way that mine is I am Carrie Jo Collop. And so I'm going to continue doing that. I always Reiki my coffee in the morning, and I've been saying some affirmations over it. The latest one has been, I align with my highest frequency in my highest timeline for my highest good right now. And I say that 3 times. And I don't know how well I'm going to remember to do this one, but I saw another video that challenged you to keep a note either in your phone or in an actual notebook to write down any moments where you notice abundance. Like you find a penny on the ground, or you just feel a moment of gratitude for someone or something in your life. Whatever it is, anytime you feel that gratitude, that abundance, you write it down. And I'm kind of excited to go back and see how much I've actually written down. So the key is getting myself to remember to do that. And then I saw a video that will help if you're in this same place where you're looking at people who have the abundance that you want, and you're a little bit jealous. You're happy for them. You're genuinely happy for them. But you're a little in the lack mindset of, it just must not be possible for me. So I know that they say a lot that other people having the kind of success that you want to have is simply evidence of the fact that it's possible for you. But it can be hard to look at it that way, especially when you keep trying and trying and trying and trying, and it seems like those people are getting more and more of the abundance and you're still spinning your wheels. And maybe you're getting a little bit, but not to the level that you want to be at. So I don't know a ton about all of the 12 universal laws, but I'm learning and hearing more about each one of them just in passing as I'm going about my day. And I came across a girl talking about the law of one in terms of using it for manifestation. We hear about the law of attraction. You may have heard about the law of assumption. I've mentioned it a few times. But really, the other laws don't necessarily get talked about a lot in manifestation. The law of one basically asserts that we are all one. We are not separate. And therefore, that alone is evidence that whatever somebody else has, you can also have. It's a law, a universal law, stating that if it's possible for someone else, it's possible for you. But the way she puts it into practice is when you come across someone who has the abundance that you're looking for, the success that you're looking for, you genuinely, wholeheartedly wish them more. And that can seem a little simple, but think about it. Go back to what I just mentioned, where sometimes we think about it, we're like, yes, I'm genuinely happy for them. I genuinely wish more success for them. But there's that little piece of you that's still a little bit jealous. We're shifting our mindset with this one to completely override any last remaining bit of jealousy or lack mindset and fully, wholeheartedly, full body wishing more success on this person that you are looking up to. Because, as she says in the video, and I'll try to remember to link to it because she explains it really well, because we're all one, if you are wishing more success for this person, you are wishing the same and therefore attracting the same to yourself. She doesn't mention making sure that there's not that hint of lack or jealousy in there, but she is talking about the lack mindset, that we automatically tend to go into a lack mindset when we see someone who has what we don't have and what we want. Because we tend to, rather than see it as evidence of what we can have, we see it simply as evidence of what we don't have. And that puts us in a lack mindset because we're more focused on the supposed reality that we don't have it. And then we let our mind and our ego get in the way, and we start changing it to, I can't have it. We get into those thoughts of, yeah, it worked for them, but it doesn't work for me. It's not going to work for me. It's never worked for me. I suck at this. I'm not good at this. I'll never be good at this. It must have been easy for her. It's going to be hard for me. Maybe I can have it, but it's going to be a lot more work for me. We are completely ridding our mind and our energy of those thoughts, and fully 100% wishing more success for these people that have the success that we desire to have. So that's where my focus is going to be. So the Kundalini, self-Reiki. Did I actually mention that? I know I talked about Reiki in my coffee every morning and the affirmations that I've been saying as I send the Reiki energy in, but I don't actually know if I went into that. So yeah, Kundalini, the challenge that I've been doing, the same Kriya, self-Reiki, the abundance / gratitude list, and genuinely, wholeheartedly wishing more success for these successful people that I look up to and learn from. So I simply challenge you to do the same, whether it's the exact same things or similar. And if the Reiki is something that you would like to have available to you, I encourage you to jump inside the Glow Confidence Club membership, because there are monthly group Reiki sessions, and I'm about to set the date for the one for September, so you haven't missed it yet if you're not quite in but you want to join. We also have one live monthly meditation, and I will be very shortly adding in sound healings and those fitness classes that I've been talking about. And there's already a couple months of recordings in there that you can access, and you can go and do these Reiki sessions as often as you want to. You very likely may have a different experience every single time. Time is not linear. You can still receive those Reiki sessions, and you can receive them in a different way every single time you do it. And of course, if you want specific one-on-one help with this to help shift your energy, your mindset, and really get into what's personally going on with you, the personal blocks that you want attention to, not just in a group setting, you can always book a one-on-one session with me at any time. All you need to do is go to the website, and the link for that is always in the show notes. If you have any questions about any of it, please reach out and let me know. You can email me through the website. You can reach out to me on Instagram or on Facebook. That's where I'm going to leave it. If this inspired you, if this helped you in any way, I would be extremely grateful if you would share this episode or your favorite episode from the past. Share it to your social media. Tag me on Instagram. I am Carrie Jo Kala. Send it to your friends. Send it to your family. And also, feel free to leave a 5-star rating and a positive review, as that helps to boost the show itself in the algorithm, especially on Apple Podcasts, so that more people see the show as a possible recommendation of something they might like to listen to. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you inside the membership, and I will see you next time here on the podcast.